Good afternoon, good evening, folks. Good morning to all of you in the East Coast here. We say thank you for joining us. As you can see, Mr. Toe is in his outfit. This is a construction outfit, but I'm going to be talking about the road here this afternoon. And specifically, the reason why we're coming on this early in the East, on the West Coast and this late in the East Coast, is because I want my brothers and sisters in Liberia to actually pick up this thing. Those who want to listen will listen. Those who don't want to listen, that's fine. But I want to give them the opportunity to know exactly what it is we're talking about. We're going to do our best here this afternoon to make sure we explain ourselves this Sunday afternoon. We say thanks to all of you that continue to tune in, and we say thanks to those who's going to be tuning in later on. But here is what's going to happen. I'm not going to go and repeat myself when you're not here and you come later and you want to participate. It's okay, but I hope you will be able to have the information. So please, if you have the opportunity, please share this video. Share it to as many people as you can. And I will go ahead and start the program. We want to thank you. Safety, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this morning. We want to thank you, Lord, my Jesus, as you bring us back together here again. We thank you for the blanket of love, for the blanket of safety, and the blanket of protection that you continue to provide for us. My Lord, we ask you again this morning as we come on here on this Sunday afternoon, whatever comes out of our mouth, my Lord, should be something that is pleasing to the ears of our listeners, and that will be pleasing to you as well. Please give us wisdom. We don't claim to know everything, but give us wisdom to know that what we're talking about is what we know about. We ask you, my Lord, to please continue to give us the opportunity to do what we can for our brothers and sisters. Lord Jesus, you know we're Liberians in the diaspora. We have two tables, one table back home and another table here in the diaspora, where we have to put food, whatever it is, but we have two tables. And because of the opportunity that you provided for us, you're giving us this opportunity. We'll do the best we can to make sure that we continue to survive, and we'll continue to provide for our brothers and sisters back home as well. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you, and we want to ask you to please bless the country of the Republic of Liberia. Bless the leadership of the Republic of Liberia. Give them wisdom to do what is good for our people. Lord Jesus, we ask you to bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Okay, let's start all over. All right. I look ridiculous. There's no question asked. That's okay. I look ridiculous. That's okay. But I want to get the point across. I want my brothers and sisters, as I start, I'm going to change later on, but as I start, I want people to understand exactly what this thing is about. Now, I'm wearing a three vest. Three suit vests, pretty much, and the reason I call it three stripe vests is one, this is two, I'm sorry, this is two, because it's only one, and then the other one here, so there's two. And it's out of star, but that's still using. So because three, you have this stripe like this is one, And then the want to go across your stomach is 2, and then the want to go on the sleeves is 3. And if you don't have the sleeve, then you have 2. But anyway, let's go on. Let's go on. Folks, this is how we start our show. This is no different. Later on, we're going to come back again, later on this evening. But this is no different from any other show. Folks, this is how we start our show. Okay? So we say bear with us here, bear with us. And of course, folks, if you know what we do here, we come out here and we say, and I'm trying to go around here because I have some stuff that's blocking my view, but that's fine. Folks, this is the President of the Republic of Liberia, Dr. Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia. This guy didn't come to this position through the back door. He knocked to the door, Liberians opened the door, and they asked him, can you do the job? He said, yes, I can. They say, are you sure? He said, but folks, I'm just paraphrasing again this evening. He said, yes, I can. They said, okay. While I was over here carrying on and said, he cannot, he will not be able to do this job. And of course, folks were saying, oh, we're going to have to give him the opportunity and give him the job. And they asked him to come back in 3 years. So in 3 years, after 6 years, he's supposed to go back and give the Liberian people his performance, and the people are going to grade him and what have you. Folks, I can see already my service is not too fast. As I move my hand is slow as I see it over there. So we might be facing some problem later on. I'm not too sure because I have so many things going here at once. So maybe it's slowing the creating performance problem. But if that's the case, folks, if I'm not done and this thing goes out, I'll go live on my tablet here. There's no question. I'm going to try to finish my show here tonight. So this is the show tonight. This is the President of the Republic of Liberia, Dr. Weah, who is here again this evening. Our president, of course, and we respect him. We will do whatever it is to make sure that he's successful, because if he's successful, Liberia is successful. So stay with us as we continue to go. Now here's the other thing, and this whole program is about Southeastern Road, and so it is fitting. It is quite fitting that I will do a Southeastern culture as well. So this is Dr. Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia. Now let's go on. When Dr. Weah went out in the Southeast last time on his county tour, he got in his hometown and he decided to immerse himself in the culture, And let's watch that. This is Dr. Weah doing the culture of the Southeastern East, trying to display to the rest of the Liberian people and to the rest of the crew that went with him to say, this is our culture. Let's watch this. Samson to Liberian. I truly, truly enjoy this, and I like that. Let's see. There you have it. There you have it. The president performing one of those culture unity culture from the Southeast. Now, so I'm going to be talking about the role, and so I tell again, during the election that brought the president to power, the president would travel all over the country, and one of the roads that he traveled on, I'm going to be showing you that now, and I'm wondering if that road has changed before I go into what most of the stuff I'm going to be showing you. I'm wondering if that road has changed. And for some reason, this president and this government is not, from my perspective, they're not paying attention much to the Southeastern Road, because they're saying they're going to do the Ganta Zedru Highway before he leaves office. I believe that most likely is not going to happen, because I don't see, unless you're going to build something that is substandard, unless you're going to build a road that is not durable, it might not even last more than 6 months, then I can see that you can do that. But if you think you're going to build a road for the next that will last for the next 25 years from now to the end of this presidency to be able to finish it, I don't see it unless he wins re-election. Other than that, I just don't see it. Not even from Ganta to Sekepia, it's not going to be done in 2 years. in 2 years, unless you're going to cut lots and lots of corners and you want to build things that most likely is not going to last. If Dr. Weah wants, if he wants to build a political road, he can do that. If it's going to be a political road, he can do it in 2 days, 3 days, doesn't matter, because it's a political road. Make it beautiful, let people look at it and say, but underneath might not be strong. So let's go ahead. Like I said, during the campaign of 2017, Dr. Weah had this travel on. So let's play that. Let's play that. And look at this condition of this road, and tell me the condition of the road that I'm going to be showing you, which is happening right now. Unless the pictures that I'm going to be showing you, they are not more than 2 weeks old. So tell me, 2016, 2017, and up to this point, why is it that this road continue to remain like that? This is Dr. We are traveling on one of those roads. I'm not too sure exactly what part of the road he is on here, but look at this road and tell me if the condition have changed since. Let's watch this.
Make sure you do that same thing for you can hold. Yeah, we must hold the stage. You are on the shoulder, you must stay. We're going to junior that before. No, I beg you.
I'll go.
So here we have it. Here you have it. The president, during the 2017 campaign season, he traveled all over. So he knows exactly what the road looked like. But when you watch that video, behind him, there's much of truck passed they couldn't go through. They got stuck in the mud. And he couldn't drive either. So he was able to walk in the mud. And this is still happening. This is still happening. And when he came in, because right now as I'm speaking, as someone from the Southeast, I'm getting a little bit upset to say the president, who is also from the Southeast, will not be able to concentrate or do whatever it is to get the road in the Southeast for people to go from one point to another. But we'll come to that. I will try to hold myself. I will try to hold myself. I'm not going to interject my own emotion into this, but it's very difficult to divulge my emotion out of these kinds of stuff, because right now people from my town are unable to travel from one point to another. Now that's the road. That's the road back in 2017. Now let me play you this other video that I put together, and I want you to watch some of the things, and you will see the pictures that I'm going to be showing you. These are pictures that are online right now, especially if you go into the Jita community chat rooms and Tobli chat room and other places, because those are the places that are being affected by this bad road issue. And you will see these pictures. The people are complaining. People are complaining, calling me. I have my own brother calling me the other day, almost in tears. You engineer, why? And I tried to explain to him. And because of these kinds of people calling me, I have to make myself clear what is going on. So let me play this video. It's a very short video. In the back of it, we will come back here and try to show some of the things that is happening. Samson to Liberian Public Radio.
Zebele ko dungulo zo ayegime. Amu ko dungulo zo molai. Do ben. Azo ko dungulo zo ayegime. Seri gawe mo wasibare Nana mo wasibare To bo bate ye jedi mo wasibare Ado mo wasibare Sakire o yo tape se ya mo wasibare Nana mo wasibare Bajira, Yarimo Wasibare. Nana Mawazibare. Bora Ipolago, Bakumo Wasibare. I'm going to go see bring your baye. I am ready. Zaganye kwa soko agrigogo Dazala kwa sukuriyan Loyo kure sikire kama ye kurodiba Ya prinya mapane dina kazi Ura kike bagla agrigogo Isano saye piere agrigogo Babela do babo agrigogo Gabu, agrigogo, agrigogo, para biti kewa, agrigogo. Nyata wasi son bari ngani, agrigogo. Aba. There
you have it. There you have it. Samson told LeBron Pablito, I want to thank you very much. I'm no longer in construction. This is a serious business now. And so our people in the East, Southeastern to be specific, are now having some serious connectivity problems. And one of the things Dr. Weah believe campaigned on very heavily, and many people believing, and people still believing, that he was going to do whatever it is to fix the road. But where are we? Monrovia is not Liberia, Dr. Weah. Monrovia is not Liberia CDC. Monrovia is not Liberia. So what did they do? They decided to fix all of the roads, most of the roads in the city of Monrovia. Okay? And I'm one of those, I was involved. I did some design here for one of the roads in Monrovia to be paved. So I am also part of the problem, to say. However, we have a leader who's supposed to make these decisions. But the people in the southeast, as you just saw, as the people in the southeast of Liberia, yeah, I can understand Madame Salif not paying attention to the people in the southeast, because she's always had it in for us. No big deal, no big deal. We understood that. Once she was elected, we knew we were going to take the back seat. Once she was elected, we knew that she wasn't going to pay attention to the southeast. We knew that. There was no question asked because of the history. But what is the history between us and Dr. Weah? What is the history between us and CDC? For this, these people are not paying attention to the debating power now for 3 years, for Christ's sake. Why would you always want to wait until the road is paved? You want asphalt road. We don't need asphalt road right now. The people can't move. You're going to wait for asphalt road. You're waiting for quota. The people are not waiting for quota. They are not waiting for quota. They want you to fix the road. Now the government is saying they're going to fix the road from Ganta to Sekepie. I don't believe that road is going to be fixed before the end of Dr. Weir's term. Unless they're going to cut corners. They told us they were going to stop Ralphie Highway. You in Liberia right now. How is Ralphie Highway going with you? How is that going? Every 5 minutes, Kalasco going to come in and show a little piece. Oh, this is what we're doing. You think this is a TV road business we're talking about? You think this is a Facebook road building we're talking about? We're taking it serious. People are not able to move. And here is the bad thing about the whole situation that perhaps you guys don't understand. The major hospital, most likely for the whole entire Southeast, is in Tapeta. And if the people are not able to take a patient from one point to another to Tapeta, the people die. And the other issue, you see, this is the most one that is very painful to many of us. You know how we care about their body business in Liberia, the entire country. Because it's a time we celebrate the person passing. Having had the person taking, say for example, if there's a mother, father, the person died in Monrovia. The person have taken care of you all throughout your life. You have, that's one of the reasons. Look at Minister McGill. Look at the building he built for his mom tomb. Who's talking? That's something, because the mom got him to where he is. So he has to, the mom is not here now. I will do everything possible to make sure my mom has a good resting place. But look at the other people from the Southeast. If anything happened to their relatives in Monrovia, they're not able to take them home if they want to. Sometimes, one of the things you guys don't understand, some of these old folks that die in Monrovia, they ask their kids to promise them, to say, if I die, you will take me home. And the son or the daughter or the family will say yes. But guess what? Because of the bad roads, the person died, that person going to stay in the morgue for about 6, 7, sometimes a whole year. Depends on when the person died. Why is it? Why is it? And you guys and people want us to just be quiet. The people from the Southeast, what do we have? We have the Senate Pro Tem from the Southeast. We have the Speaker from the Southeast. We have the President from the Southeast. So why is it, and we have senators, we have representatives from the Southeast. Where is the mouth for us? Where is the representative that we have? Those who are supposed to represent us. Where are you? Where are you with your $15,000 a month? Where are you? You come and give these people a bag of rice and give them a cup of rice and say you want to run it, you want to be this and you want to be, and then when time comes, you can't do nothing. Because you have given them a cup of rice and chicken soup and all those kinds of, you think that's what they're going to eat now? Look at this. Not only the people, hospital issue, it's a serious stuff. But when the road cut off, nobody buying goods from Monrovia to bring it to the southeast unless they go through the ocean or go through Grand Bassa County. So between Tapeta, Totown, Seniwe, Dwaytown, Zlektown, all the way to Zwedru, unless we go through the other side. Guess what? Those who are supposed to be selling, they don't have it. And our people are suffering. And you know, I'm not in the economy, but you know the rule. If you have demand, it's higher than the supply, the price goes up. That's just nature. So the people are paying much more for a commodity that they would pay for if the things are fine. And this is what we've been saying from day one. I'm here as an engineer, roadway engineer from the Southeast. Now, some of you are going to come run your mouth now and tell me, so why don't you go home to help? Do you know what I have been doing? Besides begging, I've been calling. They don't return my call. They talk to me, okay, we'll call you. Nobody called. It's not like they know I know the job. But because they're afraid that perhaps if I do it, they might not get the credit. Who cares for credit? I want my people to move. I want my people to, and I would say all of that here tonight. I would say, I'm coming on Sunday afternoon because I want people in Liberia, those who can watch this show, to listen. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Because we have our brothers and sisters. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, my people. Look at this. This is about less than 10 miles from Toll Town. 10 miles, please. This is less than 5 miles from Toll Town. Look at this. How are they even going to take people to the hospital? The person is sick. And then you expect the person to ride motorbike from Toll Town to Tapeta. You know what that's going to do? Most likely by the time the person gets to Tapeta, they'll be dead. But then you're going to come back again and say you want to be re-elected. And I think the people from the Southeast need to do themselves a good bit of favor to say enough is enough. They need to come back and say enough is enough. The president is a son. If every year, every election, almost 100% of the electors in Grand Junction County put their vote behind Dr. Weir. And this is nothing, no secret. Is this what we get in return? Is this what we get in return? Dr. Weir, having had these people put their vote for you since 2005, because of the way they vote in that area. Ellen didn't pay, Madam President Ellen Salid didn't pay attention to Grand Junction. Of course, she had a history with Grand Junction. So because of these things, this is what we're going to get? When are we going to get something that will be suitable? All we want is road, nothing else. Give us road, we will do what we can. But what do you guys do? Neglect us completely. And when most of this is very embarrassing. I'm speaking right now, and somebody from Bon County will say, Mr. Toh, I tell you, say you know book. Well, of course, I don't know book. I tell you, say you can read. The president pro tem from Southeast, the speaker from Southeast, the deputy speaker from Southeast, the president of the Republic of Liberia from Southeast. So that means these people, they're just holding on to the title. They got nothing. It seemed to me that Minister Mangiel has control of everything. So that means they're just there as a title holder. When are you going to open your mouth? Right now, when they're going to the Southeast today, they can't drive. They will fly. What happened to the people in Toll Town that don't have money for plane? They can't move. They cannot move. And this, you want people to be quiet. And when people say something, then some of you come out here, oh, you criticizing. Do you know what you're talking about? What do you mean, do I know what I'm talking about? Of course I know what I'm talking about. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Do you know what you're talking about? Do you know what you're talking about? You think we the Southeasterners, we're bigger? You think we like handouts? We want to do things for ourselves. But do the same thing well. Here's the thing here you need to understand. These government officials, when they go out to borrow money, they borrow money in the name of Liberia, not Monrovia. Not Monrovia. So when time comes to pay, Southeasterners will also pay. We send money home all the time. And when they buy things, they pay taxes. Why are you taking us for food? What reason? Why are you taking us for the food? We're not. We're not. Every year it rains, nothing. Oh, the dry season next year, the dry season. That is dry season every year. When dry season comes, oh, but here is the issue. The Southeasterners themselves. How can you sit there How can you sit there in God's name and allow this to happen to you? What happened to the people from Southtown? Was not people from Southtown back in the 20s who resisted the brutal regime of the Liberian government? I'm not saying you should go out and start trouble. I will not support it. I'm not saying you should go out and want to start something. I'm not going to support it. But you can go out and in drove, in numbers, from the southeast, and stay in front of the executive mansion and demand to have a conversation with the president. He is your president. You elected him. He is the father of the nation. If you go peacefully, no shilling, no anything, peacefully, and you demand to have a conversation with the president, and ask him why. Why? The president, when he took his county tour the last time, look at the car. Just from one point to the dust, they couldn't even move. Why are we being treated like this? And you guys think we need to just be quiet. Oh, the president, you're praise singer, you're for nothing praise singer. You'll just sit down here when people say something, you're ready to start calling it sin. What's sin? Sin where? Sin where? Sin where? You're on here doing nothing for us, everything. You know, somebody just wrote here. This thing is not just Dr. Weir. Dr. Doe was president from Grand Jide County. What do we get? What exactly do we get out of that? The 10 years. What do we get? Nothing. For some reason, these people from the southeast that are leaders, maybe next time we need to think twice before we get somebody else from the southeast. I'm being honest. But let's go back to this. Why would the people from southeast continue to sit down and allow these things to happen to them? Are they unable to speak? Are they unable to speak? Look at this one. Look at this. Look at this. 2021. Common stuff like this. Why will you allow, and this thing here didn't happen overnight, why will you allow this the soil to shear and continue to go down and people digging and they keep digging? When will you understand the more you're digging, the more trouble you're causing? What's wrong with you? And this is what we get from Southeast. Folks, all these pictures that I'm showing you right now, that's from Southeast. Look at this. Look at this man using his hand to dig so the car can pass. What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment. And we have people, we have the president pro tem, we have speaker, deputy speaker, all from the Southeast. Southeast, Grand Jide, River G, Maryland, and Crew, and a territory, county, Crew County. Okay? San Jose, they're not part of Southeast anymore. That's okay. But you want to tell me these people cannot even get their representatives? They can't get it. The last time, you know, this thing is something to me. It's very funny. The last time I was in Liberia, well, my friend Adolf called me and said, come to the capital. I went to the capital. I didn't go to the office because I said, I don't want to go up there. So he came and met me, got in my car, we went, he took me to the place here, somewhere opposite, I call it City Hall. They have a restaurant by the beach over there. Very expensive place. He took me over there, bought some food, fish, and while we were eating, I don't drink, of course, so he got himself whatever he could drink, got himself that, and I got water, and then all of a sudden, Grand Jide County Representative Cheshire Grant show up. Elijah Akara Gray show up. I believe Flanty Kofa show up. Those are people I believe have some sort of Southeastern background. So these people know each other well. And when they came, they told me something, I got to go home because we're having a meeting. So I'll call you later. I said, okay, because I was getting ready to go back to class 2 anyway. So I left. But the reason why I brought this up, these people have the ability to meet if they want to. Why can't they meet? Why can't they meet? I've extended my hand over and over and over to these people. To these people. I'll tell you again. A little bit over a month ago, this one, let me bring myself clear so I don't want people to say, oh, we can't see you. A little bit over a month ago, let me put my knee up there so people can see. Okay. A little bit over a month ago, I contacted the superintendent of Grand Jide County through Chele Jirokra, who was a good friend of mine as well. And both of them promised that they were going to call me back. Chele Jirokra was getting ready to marry at the time. They didn't call me. A week ago or so, I called Chele Jirokra, having had a debate with myself. I said I wasn't going to call them because I don't want to beg. And I told the superintendent, I'm not going to be, I told him, straight. I said, don't let me run behind you because I'm not going to run behind them. He said, no, we need a technical expertise to help us out. This is what he said. He said, if we're going to do this, we can ask the company that doing logging company in Grand Jide, we can ask them to provide some equipment things so we will be able to get it. All we need is a technical issue to be resolved. I said, fine. A month and a half later, I have to call Chele Jirokra. When I called Mr. Jirokra, who he's a little brother, a friend, but he's older than he, and he's very respectful, and he apologized, which of course I appreciate. But he also said, within about a week or so, we will get back with you. That's going to almost 2.5 weeks now. I'm not going to run behind them. This place that I've been showing you is right there in Totown. But here's the issue. I should be able to have enough money to say I'm going to Liberia today. But when I get there, what do? I don't have the equipment to fix this. I don't have the money to buy the fuel, even if I can afford the fuel. Where the money coming, where the equipment coming from? I can't do that. Furthermore, this is a major highway of the Republic of Liberia. I can't just get in there and start saying, because I know it, I'm doing it. I can't do that. And that's why I needed people who are working within the government to understand that I can help you. I can provide the technical expertise on this, and you will be able to, once you provide the labor, the material, and the equipment, I can tell you what to do to fix it. He said he couldn't even drive from Monrovia, superintendent said. He has to fly. And I believe Zopen, our senator, when he's going to Grand Jide, he's going to have to fly. He can't drive. But they can afford it. What's about the common person in Zwadru? What's about the common person in Totown? Can they afford it? I don't think so. So the fact that I've been behind these people, not only them, before the late minister Mambutu passed away, I tried my best to contact them. I don't want job. Don't tell me, say, oh, you're doing that because you want job. I don't. But if I'm asked, I will. I'm not going to beg anybody for nothing. Because they don't have the money to pay me. They can't pay me what I'm making now. They don't have that kind of money to pay me. If I take money what I'm making now, if I take it from Liberia and I'm robbing them, then it's not fair because they don't have it. So it's not like they got money to pay me. But I can do it. And I've been asking, and I'm not the only engineers in this country. They got better engineers, railway engineers who are better than me. And every time we talk, they talk about the same thing. I'm not going to beg anybody, they will tell me. If they want us to help them, they will call. Because here's the thing about helping. When they call, for me, I'm calling them. If they say, yes, calm down, they have given me the cover. Because here's the thing here. The highway itself has what they call right-of-way. I can't just get up and say, okay, y'all brush this side and brush that side. If that's somebody else's farm, they brush it. Where you think that person is going to? They're going to sue me. I can't do that. But if I have government agency is with me and they're involved, they will be able to understand what we're doing. And all I need them to do, and all I want to do, is not for me to tell them what to do, but to teach them. If I can just teach you how to fix one section of the road, one bad section of the road, only one, I show you how to fix it. You can fix, you can use that, you can apply that same knowledge to the several areas in Grand Union County where you have an issue. That bad, if I say it like that, is it bad? Is it bad? No. But they don't want to do that. Because Samson told me, take credit. Credit my foot. Credit my foot. Let's go back to this. If you have somebody closer to Town, Peleville they call it. Peleville, for goodness sake. When I was little, in this area, I used to go over and play football on our gravel ground. No shoe, barefoot, play football. Then you're treating us like this. But come to think about it. Come to think about it. Knowledge is important. Come to think about it. I remember one time, long time when I was little, I was going to my grandpa's village not a village in town, Blown Town, and when we went through that area, I could sense that this area was not the original. I don't know how, but I could sense that it wasn't original. And now that I'm an engineer, I can understand that because the whole area is lower, so it's a swampy area, and they have the area that we used to play football. This is where they go and bring the dirt. Mr. John was saying here, which is the correct term, they call it borrow pit. You go in there and borrow the dirt, a suitable dirt. Take all the rotten dirt out of there, suitable dirt, and fill it back in and mash it so it'll be fine. That's what they did in that area. Okay? But that's not what I'm talking about here tonight. The fix is there. I don't even have to go to Grand Jide to have a fix. I can stay right here. And why will you be calling me time like this? I can stay right here and fix it. I don't have to be over there. But it'll be better if I'm in Grand Jide. And here's another thing. I'm not asking the people to pay my way. So let's get this straight. I'm not asking them to pay my way. I'm not even asking them to pay my way from Monrovia to Zwedru. I got a car. I will take my own car. I'm not asking them to give me food because I'm going to stay right there in Town, my mom's house. Food going to be there for me. I got sister over there. I got relatives. I can eat from Jean Sharrow house. I don't have to go anybody's place. I can drive from Town to Zwedru. I don't need anybody. When I'm going to Zwedru, I will take money if I want to eat. I have cousins. I have friends in Zwedru. I don't need government money to do anything for me. I want to do this. Let me be honest with you. There's much more selfish reason why I want to do this. I'm from Town, a civil engineer, roadway engineer for the matter. Last week, the reason why I wasn't on Wednesday, I was on the other side of the state, what they call Burning Creek. We're fixing their road. Of course, the road is not as bad as this one. But they find out that they have a bad sub base. So I have to come up with a fix. And we were out there to find out what the reason is. We got to put in ADA RAM and all those kinds of stuff. I'm doing those things. Before that, I just delivered a project, a bridge project. If the only time you guys saw it, because when I was there one time, I did a live video. How many people from Town that will go to those places to see it? One side, Joseph was here. When I drove him to whatever place he wanted to go that one time, and we had the opportunity to go through some of my projects, I was pointing out to him. So the reason why I want to do this is to say to my own kids, I did something in Town. I did something on Grand Jide Road. It's not about the money, but to make myself feel good that I'm able to contribute. are able to give back. It's not the $50, the $100, whatever we do here in Grand Union community, and what have you given people this and that. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean going there and say, let's do this as group. This is going to help us. But I will not do it by myself. And I'm not going to be involved if nobody. And I've talked to Cecil Graham, who is Boston District's representative. I've talked to him. Even he comes on here on LPR. He has not called me. He will come here and say, oh, I'll call you about me. He never called me. But I'm not going to run behind them. I'm not going to beg them. I will not. And this fact that I'm not running behind them, if I see this, I will say, and I will call their names. Every one of those people that I contacted to say I can help you, and they're not taking that, I will say it. When it comes to this kind of stuff, I'm not taking backseat to nobody. Nobody. And you will see that when I start doing the fixes on this. Okay? Now let's look at this other stuff. This is another one here, folks. This is another one here. Look at this. What do you people think we are? We're in diamond mine? We're in diamond mine, you're going to put something like this. Now this is the guys that they're making a roll by themselves. But guess what? You open a roll like this. Look at the guy standing over there. His feet is already matching the soil. You know what kind of soil that is? Clay. What happened to clay and water? Don't mix. We got clay, water don't go through easily. Okay? And if you're building mud house in Liberia, what do you do? What kind of mud you look for? Clay. And you mix it with water, suitable, and you put it on the house and it stays. So what do you do over here now? After they finish cleaning, the first 2 cars will go through. After that, because here's the issue. When they finish cleaning, because the water and the clay are going to mix now. When they finish cleaning, the first car are going to go through. The tire as a roll, it makes the clay at the bottom there where the guy's standing. It makes it up with water. And going down a little bit. It starts shearing. It shear. Dirt, earth, the dirt can shear. That's what you have when it shear, then it fail. I don't want to go into soil mechanics here with you guys. That's not what I'm here to do. But I'm just giving you an example. Okay? So the weight of the car, the first car going to go, yeah, he might make it. The second car, yeah, but the third one, he's going to have issues now. How do you do these things to us? How can you? Why must you do these things to us? This is something that is ridiculous. This is something that is unacceptable. And this is something that I think all citizens from Southeast should frown on it. And I say, we march. We march to the Capitol. And let Judge Weah, Dr. Weah that is, let Dr. Weah and the rest of the government understand that Monrovia is not Liberia. That CDC is not Liberia. You cannot just continue to build Monrovia and think things are fine with everyone else in Liberia. And I bet you, same thing I'm saying right now. If you are to ask people from Nova County, they'll complain the same way. They'll complain the same way. Okay? Why are we doing this to ourselves? We have no pride in ourselves. We're waiting for government, the Chinese, to come and build road for us. When the government came to power, they brought people who have no idea whatsoever, but because they are partisan, you bring them on board. This is what you get. They cannot deliver. They can't function. They know how to run your campaign. You brought them in, fine. But they're not able to move the needle. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And here's the thing that I need people to know. Dr. Weah is not an engineer. So I don't expect him to understand most of these things. But the people who are hired, he hired people to do certain things. And these people are not even making these kinds of road priorities. Why will you wait? You're telling people to wait until you're able to get asphalt or quota to build their quota road. Must it be quota road? The road that we have back before the war, was it quota? People were complaining. And now it's taking people, it's taking us from Zlatan to Total. It's probably going to take you 2 days. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why must it take 2 days to travel from one town to another? From Total to Tapeta now, most likely 2 or 3 days. So if somebody's sick and they're being referred to the Tapeta hospital, they can't make it. They can't make it. But the Southeastern people, they're happy. They just sit there. I'm not saying go make trouble. Let me repeat myself again. I'm not asking you to go make trouble. You can petition the government. The same way you can put people together to petition somebody to run for the elected office, you can petition the government. Send your grievances to the government. And if the government don't listen to you, say, okay, you will come back in 6 years. Dr. Weir, you will come back. And when he comes, you're me with a job too. There's no, you don't have to, it's give and take. You put him in office so that he will fix things in Liberia. There's too many challenges. I'm not saying that there's no challenges. Too many challenges in Liberia. But you should be able to prioritize things. Road is number one. You got road in Lofa County, it's an issue. You got road, some road in Nima County, they're okay. Bon County, they're okay, it seems to me. But going from Ganta to Granjide, nothing. So we're going to repeat this thing here again next year. Come next year, no road. For what reason? For what reason? Why are we suffering ourselves like this? For what reason? For what reason? For what reason? Why must we suffer like this? When they go to borrow money from IMF or whatever, they don't borrow the money in the knee of Monrovia. They borrow the money in the knee of Liberia. And when they're ready to pay, it's not just Monrovia people going to pay, Southeastern going to pay. What is the benefit? Why are we being treated like this? What is the benefit? All of the projects, all of the companies, most of the things that you do, either in Bon County, either in Lofa County, or in Nima County. When will they even get to Granjide? What kind of company you now send to Granjide lately? Even the Putu Mountain that you're talking about. When the time comes, you will pack your people in there. You will buku all of your people from Mageo Senator, yeah, he could be senator or president now, okay? Minister Mageo people and Minister Tua people and everybody, you will pack them over there in Granjide, kind of force them on there, and you will leave the people who live in that area, you will leave them behind again. I think we don't know that one there. Okay, you're in power. You can do that. That's why they elected you. That's okay. They steal the position. You do whatever you want to do. That's okay. As long as you're not violating the law, no big deal. But when the election time comes, we'll talk about these things. We'll talk about these things. But it's not about election today. This is about Southeastern suffering. When we have, why you think people have Southeastern occupying this government like this? People, you know, there are other Facebook platforms that actually frown on Southeastern having so many power like this. And I'm telling them today, those people that got the power, most likely just in a name. They ain't got nothing to offer. They just in a name. Power, they just speaker, they protest, they ain't got nothing to offer. Look at the road. Look at the road. You think Europe people really, really have power? You think our road going to be like that? That Nima County, look at Prince Johnson alone. Prince Johnson alone. Look how much hard time he can get the people. The last time Prince Johnson was complaining about people from the party not getting job, you know, hearing complain again? Why you think he start complaining? Okay. You want to sit down there. You think Nima County will sit down for them to get a kind of role like this? They say, oh, but Granjide County is not a vote-rich country. Okay. So if it's not a vote-rich country, you leave out now. Let's go make our own country. Okay. Folks, Samson told Labron Pablo, those of you that are just joining, let me go ahead and give you what I just did here a few minutes ago. Let's play this again.
Beat. Nana mawazi bai. Seria kusukuro seri gawe mawazi bai. Nana mawazi bai. Tukwa pate yejeri mawazi bai. Ado mawazi bai. Sakire oyo tape seya mawazi bai. Nana mawazi bai. Nukwa bubadira yari mawazi bai. Nana mawazi bai. Bodo yipo lado baku mawazi bai. I'm gonna go see when you're by yeah, I am it. Zaganye kwa soko agrigogo Gazala kwa zukurian Loyo kure zikire kama ye kuroriba Ya kuri nyama kone dina kazi Ura kike kbagra agrigogo Isanyo saye biere agrigogo Babela do babe agrigogo Gabu, agrigogo, agrigogo, para biti kewa, agrigogo. Nyata wasi so bari ngane, agrigogo. Aba.
Here we go, folks. I just want to show you a little bit of that, and I'm doing my best. And this is Samson to Labrador Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in. We say thank you very much. And we're not here to disparage anybody or what have you. We're just being truthful here this afternoon, and how these things affect all of us, even here in the diaspora. Even here in the diaspora, there are some people. Here's the interesting thing: there are some people from the southeast that perhaps scared you to go back to Liberia and want to reach their family member in the southeast. They can't go because of the bad road. So it's not just affecting people in Liberia, it's affecting us here as well. Okay? But the main thing that affects all of us in terms of economic, I believe no road, no job. No road, you can't get medicine anywhere. No road, you can't take anybody to the hospital or what have you. When do we get out of these things? I thought we said we're not going to be throwing people in a hammock anymore. What kind of business is this? And this is what I'm saying here this afternoon. Let me show you. I need to bring in a little engineering aspect on this thing here, so that at least you will. I'm not going to show you the entire thing. I just want to show you. Okay. Let's go back to this picture again. Okay. Okay. Now, you see this here just from an engineering perspective. Now, this has nothing to do with who's doing what and what have you. But let's look at this thing here from an engineering perspective. Even though the people digging and what have you, so yeah, you would say they're contributing to the mess as well. I would say so. But here's the thing: the soil failed. The soil failed completely. And the soil failed because in soil mechanics, you have the soil particle. If you study soil mechanics, you have soil particle. they hold each other like this. I don't even need to go too much. You know that one thing I love myself. When I do the engineering business, I let her throw it in my own house. And you know, Pamela, when they beating Pamela, when they beat it before they make the Pamela soup, and they had that, I don't even know what the people call it, but I think the one you can make fire with. But when you put out the fiber, when you put all of it together, when it dry, it holds each other. You can tear it apart, but sometimes it takes time. Okay? Let's take it to the soil. When you take soil, okay, because to build road, first of all, you got to clean the area. And then you say, okay, I'm done. I've reached the depth that I want. Now let's build it back up. Now you have what you call natural ground, God-given base. You have that. Then you build it up. What do you use? The material you're going to use to build it up. The material that was there before, you finish the step in it. Those are all disturbed soil now. You're bringing in another disturbed soil. The soil particle are no longer holding each other because they're being disturbed. So you bring it in. You can't just put it down like they do in Montreal. You just put the soil down and braid it and say, are you kidding me? It's not holding each other. And that's why you need compaction. So you can realign the soil particle. Because when you realign the soil particle, you know the soil particle, they got negative and positive too, you know? And you know what I'm talking about? Well, I don't need to go into that. But now you have a soil particle that is realigned so that it will hold each other. Now, when you do compaction, you're not removing, now the soil itself. What is the composition of the soil? Just simple stuff here. I'm not going engineering. You got air, you got water, then you have the soil itself. Okay? So when you do the soil compaction, okay? When you do the soil compaction, what you're trying to achieve is to reduce the air. Where's the air in that soil? The air is in the same bubble where the water gonna be. So when you're reducing the air particle in the soil, you're also forcing the water to go all kinds of places. But when you do that, you're realigning the soil. Okay, I'm sorry that I have to go on that. I think some of you are like, hey, what are you talking about now? You not can't bring it. Okay, but let me show you something. Let me show you something quickly. Now that I've shown you the soil, and I don't even have a picture. Okay, but here is you see the red thing here? The red circle, those are wheel load. Okay, those are truck wheel. So as a truck hit the road, you see the coil envelope, the line that go out just like it's in angle. That's how the weight of the truck behaves on the soil. It don't go straight down. It goes and gets to a certain point, then it goes out. And if you have and that's why when you're building your road, you make the base a little bit bigger because the pressure, the pressure of the weight itself, they're going to distribute large lift at the bottom. And as it go up, it becomes smaller until it gets back to the wheel load itself. Okay? And that's why when you're building your road, you have a base that is bigger. Then as you go up, most of you, when you're driving the highway, sometimes when you stop at a truck stop, or when you stop at somewhere rest area, look at the road. They don't just build it all flat. They don't build it all flat. They build it on top, it's high, and then it starts going side. That's the reason. Let me just show you again, okay? Let me show you something else. You see this? How many wheels on this truck, folks? Okay? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got another 5 on the other side. But you see the point load on that? As the truck moves, the load itself is being distributed by the tires. And you cannot have alone the tires, alone the entire road. You can't have one place better than the other. The fixes of these things, the entire road has to be the same thing. Because if you don't, you're going to have failure. Because the weight of the truck is not going to change. The weight of the truck is not going to change. Okay? Let me show you one more before I go back to our old stuff. I'm just showing you things here, why I'm saying this. Okay, look here. You see here, this is how many? 1, 2, 3. So there's 6-wheeler right now. Okay, so the weight of this truck is a little bit different. But you see the distribution. 32 kips. Those of you engineer, you know what kips are. I'm not here to explain kips here tonight. 32 kips. The front load has 8 kips. So those kips, those are the weight. Okay. So let's go back here. Let me go back here again to this thing here. Okay. The reason I show you those things. So if you have something like this, and you have these trucks going back and forth, and you're not coming back to maintain the road, you're going to have failure because water going to seep through and it goes out. Because as the truck drives over, the water that is underneath the road, it's also scared of the weight of the truck. So it's, oh, let me go somewhere else. And then it percolates throughout because your soil is not even compacted anymore. And you have soil failure. So I'm just giving you a little bit of what I can do for you. Because once you have that understanding that the soil failed, you're not going to give us something like this here. Okay? You're not going to give us, oh, and I don't have that picture, but you're not going to give us a flat road and believing you're doing us a favor. Okay? So there's a fix that people can do. But the main thing, the main subject matter here tonight is for me to talk about the fix, not just to fix it, but the intent here is to tell the government that you cannot just neglect certain group of people because you believe they don't have vote. But for Dr. Weir, that's unbelievable to hear that from them. Because every time there's an election, 80 to 90% of the vote from Grand Union County go to Dr. Weir. So why is it that we don't have road? You don't need quota. You don't have to wait for quota for us to do anything. You don't need quota to fix that road. And in my next segment that I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some fixes. Okay, there are roads in Papua New Guinea, and it's not different from Liberia. They got these kinds of problems. They fix it, and I will show you those videos. There are roads in Indonesia have a problem like this. They fix it. Why can we not fix our stuff? You're waiting until Chinese people give you money, then you get quota. What's wrong with us? You think Chinese people giving you that free? You know they're not free. But when you leave office, you and Samuel Twain and Miguel, when you leave office, the next group going to come in, it's going to be the same thing. Man, I beg you, man, you please spare me. The next group that are going to come, even if it's Dr. Baka who are supposed to handle it, it will be the same thing. Nothing going to change. Nothing going to change because everyone that going to, even if Dr. Baka wants to carry on the project, the people around him, because everybody wants to chop. Nobody wants to do anything free or do anything without chopping. All these people you see running behind Dr. Baka, oh, we want Dr. They all want him to be there so they can chop. That's it. Nothing else. You see what I know? They started with Ellen 12 years. Look around here in the United States. Look how many former officials of Ellen are here. Those people used to make $15,000 a month. What do you think they're doing with that money? You think they're keeping the money in Liberia? The money is right here with them in the United States. Go to the houses. What kind of houses the children get? Look at the houses the children get. So Liberia, it's just an elephant meat. We just go and chop our own and come back. That's what you're going to do? What's about the people that are there? And that's why they don't trust us. That's why they don't want to be bothered with us. And that's why you heard Dr. Weir. When the capable are not available, the available are capable. And this is what we have. The available are capable. And so when some of us say we are here, we put our hand on, yeah, I yell. They won't listen to you because they think say you want your job. You got money to pay me. You ain't got 5 cents to pay me. I'm doing it. I want to do it. The road that I designed over there, ice cream, Sophie ice cream, the road that I designed, they build it. After I finish designing and send them a plan, beautiful plan, They want to build it the way they want it. They took water. They took water from the street and put it in the people's yard. I wish those people could sue them, and I will testify on their behalf. I wish those people whose house is being flooded in our area, let them sue these people that built it, and I will show them how it was supposed to be, how I designed it, and they didn't even follow my plan. Let me show you now something else. I feel bad for Dr. Weir sometimes, to be honest with you. Look at this. Look at this. Dr. Weir trusted people. He employed people to work. There's a road that people are building, and they invited Dr. Weir because they're almost at the finish point, and then they realized that they have a pole, light pole in the middle of the street they're building. And Dr. Weir was so surprised. Listen, it's a very short clip. I just call it maybe 2 seconds. But listen to him very carefully. Oh, so the pole in a way, and then Mobutu say, yeah. If Mobutu he look at the president, he banged his head because he knew they are blue, they were embarrassed. Dr. Weir, oh, so the pole in a way, he said, yeah, he banged his head. Let me play that.
Things like that. Yeah.
Was level in the way?
Yeah. Things like
Listen
that.
again.
Yeah.
Was level in the way?
Yeah.
Listen
Things like
again.
that. Yeah.
Was level in the way?
Yeah. Things like that. Yeah.
Was level in the way?
Yeah. Things like that. Yeah.
Was level in the way?
Yeah.
You see it? You heard it, right? Oh, but the light pole in a way, he said. And they say yes. These are people that were trusted. So what makes you think that he's going to say, okay, well, you will trust the other people? How you will build something and realize that at almost to finish point that the light pole is in a way. And you will invite the president who is not even an engineer. And then he asking, he's surprised. Oh, so the light pole in a way? Say, yeah. The thing is, he's asking himself, how do we get there? There was another incident. I have that video. Fagon, when they were building Doe community. So Fagon went there that day. He was doing, and I could tell from his body language, he knew very well the water cannot cross the street and go on the other side. But the way they have the pipe in a skew like that, it was very difficult for him to understand that when the water comes, it's going to go to the people's yard and maybe flood the area before it goes somewhere. So he said, the water going that way, the pipe going that way. He said, yeah. And then he looked behind and he said, are you sure? He said, yeah. He said, okay. He didn't say anything because he's not an engineer. But this is what we have. This is what we have. This is the kinds of problem we have. People pretend to know. They don't know anything. You have Judy Moore. He's here now, doing well. Doing well. He's here now, former minister of public works, Judy Moore. He went to the Capitol building one time, and I was laughing. It's not funny, but I was laughing. I have no other choice. He told the people, the House of Representatives, he told them, say, and he's a very smart kid. Don't get me wrong. He told them, say, you know, we're going to be building a lot of concrete road because water, concrete love water. You know why he said that? Because he believed the piers and the columns, the bridge, they're in the water. And so concrete love water. So he would build road because Liberia, it gets 6 months raining. And what he didn't understand is the mixed design of those columns and piers in the water, the mixed design, the chemical that are involved, it's not the same thing you put on the road. He doesn't understand that. So he thought, well, the concrete in the water, all these, nothing happening, so the concrete love water. These are people, he was minister of public works. You come and make this kind of ridiculous statement, and you expect me to sit here and say you know something? You're killing me. But anyway, I just thought that I'd put that thing there. I just thought that I'd put that there. But the main thing this afternoon, folks, is this. The main thing this afternoon is this. The Southeastern themselves, they need to put themselves together. The same way you can petition people to run for offices, you put your petition together. Because you put your guy over there, the senator, the representative, they're not there for us. People like coming with, I'm very surprised at that. This is a man, young man, when he was young, his life almost cut short because he believed he was fighting for the people. He was fighting for people at a very young age. He was not somebody that was in a nightclub enjoying himself when he was young. He was in the trenches fighting for people. And now he's senator. Look at the kind of road we get going to River G. So what happened? He tired. So if you're tired, get out. The thing that you used to fight for, you're in control now. We can't get it. So what was all that noise for now? So what's coming? We said a question to you. What was all that noise for? What was all that noise for? You almost got killed because you believed you were fighting for us, and we believe in you. You represented it. We can't even get a decent role. And here's another thing here that happened. This government continued to make them put their mouth where their hand can reach. Samuel 12 on record of saying they got surplus. They got fasting. Then he said they got surplus. Well, when you make those kinds of statements, Liberians believe that. So if they see themselves like this, they say the government got money, they don't want to help. Only person, and I will continue to say that was on here on Liberian Public Radio one time, and was very truthful, Jefferson Kochi. He said the Liberian government has so many challenges. But we're doing our best to address them. Samuel 12 don't make that kind of statement. McGill don't make that kind of statement. They come out swinky that they're good and they're doing better. You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing. Nothing when it comes to the road issue. The road you say you're going to put down from Ganta to Sekepie. That road, even if you start today, that road is not going to finish until you finish your term end. And if you win re-election, that road most likely is not even going to be finished until middle of your second term if you are to start. And if you guys think you can finish it, you can. If you make it into a political role, then you can. Of course. If it is a political role, you can do it. And cut corners. Put things out there so they look beautiful. What you see on top of the road, that quota thing, don't let it fool you. Don't let that quota with a white line then fool you. They look beautiful. Look underneath. Go to Dole community right now. Go to Dole community. These people, when they're ready to do these things, they don't even involve the community. And the community have to, any human being, anybody. The clothes that I'm wearing right now, if I were to borrow it from Alfonso So, and I wear it like that, when I go eat some palm oil or kesali tashe, that's it. Because it's not for me. But it was for me. I will go in the bathroom and make sure, because I'm thinking to myself, even if I clean it and it's not clean well, if I go anywhere, if I go home and wait, it would go into my clothes and will make it steam for good. But if Alfonso clothes that I got on, and you think I'm going to go in the bathroom and clean it good, I just, okay, that's it. Because I know the next day I'm going to turn it back. It's the same thing. You're building something for the community. You're doing something for the people. You have to make the people to feel that they are part of the process. You have to make them feel that they think that you're doing for them is for them. This is what we don't have. Go to Dole community. During the opening of the door, and I have the video for all of them here. During the opening of the Dole community, what Dr. Weah said, he said, I'm begging you, and I'm just paraphrasing here, I'm begging you, you man can't be facing car, then I'm mechanic shop business, we're building it in here. I beg you, take care of the road. It was too late. It was too late. Because immediately when you have that concept of building Dole community, you go to the community and tell the community why you chose them, why they were chosen for this road to be in their community and not in Newcrook Town and not any other area. You explain to them why. And then from the beginning, you explain to them how important it is for them to be part of this thing. Like, bro, government ain't got money to maintain this road. We're building it, we're going to be depending on you to make sure the road lasts. Go look at those community. The community making their own street from the road. They're making their own roads. They're putting dirt on the road. They're cooking the road. The car, Dr. Weah said, might be facing car. The community now, they got garage all over the place. Because they were never part of the process from the beginning. And this is what we do. We do that all the time. And this is what we do. But on a bigger scale, this is what they do themselves. They have no respect for each other. They don't trust each other. And so they're from the southeast. But I bet you they don't even have a meeting. They don't have a meeting of the mind for themselves. They just waiting. One the representative, we're going to get paid. But the only time they have serious meeting, when they're ready to increase their own pay, when they're ready to get up 30,000 or something like that, then they have a meeting because it's in their interest. But those who put them in power, they don't care. But guess what? As soon as elections start coming, watch and see. The 2023 election coming, watch and see. Those who time now to run, watch and see. They'll start carrying Becker, right? Chicken soup, palm oil, and aku oil everywhere. Instead of them to tell them, this is what I would do for you. Or to face the music, things that you have not done. And then you're going to have some young people. And they, man, he didn't win the election because he was not engaging us. Who are you for me to engage you? If I say I can do this for you, there are some senators that go and give people scholarships. Can you give the entire county children scholarship? You're picking and choosing to see who's going to be educated, and you call yourself this and that. This is ridiculous. And my brothers and sisters, we will be inside a long, long time. And here's the interesting thing here. As I was talking here, I'm in the studio, and my daughter went by. She's 15 years old. Her mom from Bison, Grand Gila County. Her father from Totown, Grand Gila County. P.O. Crown, but she was born here. She has no connections. None. Both of her grandparents from both sides, they're done. They died. They're not here anymore. Or connections, it's not there. So as I was talking, she could see the emotion out of me. And then she just texted me, why are you being emotional about a road somewhere that you don't even live? Because for me, I used to walk on that road. I'm still connected to that road. But for her, she's not. So how many of us say when we leave the stage completely, you think the young people that are on this side, being born on this side, they will talk? They're here in the United States. And when we try to tell our brothers and sisters back home, the brothers and sisters who wants to join you to get things fixed, get them involved. They don't want to do that. They depend on cup of rice in Crown. Becker rice, cold butter, aku oil, sound, red oil. So those are the kind of things they count on to give their vote. You know what? You know the vote. And this is what Liberians don't understand, especially people from the southeastern side. Your vote is so important. Your vote to these politicians is more than millions and millions of dollars. You put those people in power for 6 years, 9 years, whatever. When they finish, you elect somebody for 9 years. Why you say, I'm even looking at you again. What you do to him for 9 years? 9 years. The son, his son and your son, you're getting out of high school. 9 years. His son, he's sending his son to Europe to go to school, to go to college. Your son they're struggling to go to LU. The son finishing college over there, he come back to Liberia, he will continue to be over your son. And this is what I keep telling you. You don't listen. You don't listen. We got people who are willing to get involved. But what do? We resist them. So it's not like I have extended my hand to the superintendent of Grand Gila County, to the representative of Boston District. I've extended my hand, offer my expertise when it comes to road business. They've come on fix on this. Come on fix. It's nothing big. Nothing big. I'll just do a little point here, Sunday afternoon, in Liberia. That is, what is it? About 6 o'clock or so now. Okay? So I'm going to be off here very shortly. But the point here is this. In this road here, this area that I'm showing you, okay? This area that I keep showing you. Let me show this one here. Okay? So you come in. You see what a man standing? This young man with the blue pants over there. Most likely, it's like maybe the guy can look at his feet, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe. But if you look at, he most likely a young person. So from here to the top of the dirt, most likely it's like 4.5, almost 5 feet deep. You come and scrape that whole area. Take all that dirt out of there. And this is very sad. This is very sad. It's so simple. So simple. You come and take all that dirt out and get to the clay that is still dry, because underneath that water there's a clay that are dry. You reach to that dry clay. You go to the same place where the people, when they build the road out there, I wasn't even born yet, but I know the area. You go where the people did that pit, that borrowed pit that Mr. Yano was talking about. You go over and get some more dirt. But you don't go and get any dirt. You want to make sure you separate the borders, because there are some rocks in there. So you separate the borders from the dirt that you're going to use on the road. And you have separator. When I come out to do the fix, I will show you all of those things. And you separate the border, big rocks, from the dirt. And then you come and put the dirt. Like I said, this is, okay, let's just say it's 5 feet. Okay, to the top there. The top there, most likely 2 feet from there will be the actual, the existing road. Because when they mud piled up, it piled up and go up and up. So about 2 feet of that will be the bottom of the existing road. So you come and build it back up, okay? And it's easy. First thing, before you do anything, you survey that whole area. When I mean survey, it's not land property survey type I'm talking about. I'm talking about road survey, where you're doing survey to obtain elevations. So you come out and find the elevations. You do the survey and everything else. You go to design. First thing, you clean that whole area. And then you start building it up. Before you get to the 2 feet elevation that I'm talking about, it's 2 feet, so 3 feet. You put down 2 feet of base. And every time you put 6 inches or 8 inches, you roll it, compact it. Then you come back and put another one, compact it until you get to 3 feet. You go to Sesto River, which is about another 2-3 miles, less than that. Sesto River. Free bed, stream bed. You go in there, get the stream bed material, rocks. You come out also, you separate them. You're going to have to select pea gravel. They call it pea gravel. They call it pea gravel. And the pea gravel is this. When it rains in your town from the village, those rocks, when the mountain sweep, those rocks they can sweep, they call them pea gravel. They're about maybe less than 0.00 of an inch or something like that. But they're small. But you bring those rocks, and then you mix them. You mix them with the dirt that's going to come out of the stream bed. It's going to be wet, but it's going to be heavy. When you mix it up with the dirt, you're going to bring us from a borrowed pit. You mix them up. And when you put that thing down, the fact that the rock from the stream bed is still wet, and the fact that you bring in a dry dirt and mix them up, then when you start compacting, the air you want to get out, they will get out through those rock pores. The void in the rock, the air going to get out. The water going to still be maintained, but the water going to spread out. And you compact that area. You lift that area up more than the surrounding flood line. And you lift that up. Once you do that and put a pipe through it, it's going to last. You're going to then you can wait for another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years for quota to come to ground you there. Okay? But I'm just saying all of this here through my mouth now, because in my head I'm working as I'm saying. I'm looking at it. I'm visualizing the profile of the road. And based on the profile of the road, because the road goes like this. In that area, the road goes like this. It has like a bowl inside. That's why that place is wet. Water can't go uphill. Water go downhill. Uphill, you're going to have muddy issue, but it's not as bad as this one. Okay? So the bowl of this thing that goes like that, right? It goes like a bowl. You straighten it up and fill it up and put a pipe through it. That's just a fix. And I will show you guys that. So we do have a fix. We do have a fix. But I just want people to understand that these things that we do when we say we're connecting to them, we're not just here cleaning poo-poo. As though people, some of these senators will say, yeah, over there. You know, when we have our meetings, sometimes when we're inviting these people, they get vexed. When you question them, they get vexed. You're sitting down here in America, you're eating hamburger, cleaning poo-poo. That poo-poo cleaning I'm talking now. But I don't blame them. They can say whatever they want to say. It's those people who continue to elect them over and over. The fact they have failed miserably. But they go past, they don't see the failure. They go past the failure. And the few people who they give scholarship to, the few who they buy back of rice for, the few who they give palm butter and chicken soup and things like that, these are the people that go around and convince the rest of the folks. Say, look at me. I'm on scholarship. The young people, or look at me, my son on scholarship, my son, if you put him back in there, he will do the same thing for you. He able to buy uniform for the entire county. He able to feed everybody, the entire county, he able to feed them. No. And this is why we fool ourselves. I'm going to open the line. Samson told Liberian Public Radio, I'm going to open the line. It's Sunday afternoon. It's Sunday evening over there in Liberia. Okay? Okay? So it's everywhere. It's everywhere. But you need people, the public works is over there. The public works is over there. And these are engineers. Some of them are better than me. Far more better than me. But they just, I don't know why. Maybe sometimes I can be questioning myself. What if I leave from here and go to Liberia? I too will be the same thing and don't even pay attention to some of the things that have. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. The day I have opportunity to do some design work, if it's in Grand Gide, I promise myself, if the role or whatever design, they say something can't help and do some design work in Grand Gide, it will be to standard, number one. And I promise myself, every Grand Gidean that want to listen on the process of design, they will listen, and I will tell them. And I will tell them what to watch for construction. I will not design a road in Grand Gide County and it becomes substandard. It ain't happening. Forget it. Take your money, take your job. So this is what I've been saying this afternoon, folks. And this is not just on Dr. Weir. This has been going on for years, starting with Dr. Doe and everybody else. It's just, but they're unacceptable. We're all brothers and sisters. Why will we continue to be neglected in such a manner? This is unacceptable. And I'm saying again to the people of Southeast, you don't have to be violent. I don't support violence. But you can petition. You can march to the executive mansion. You don't even have to come from the southeastern side. Once you're from southeast and you're in Monrovia, march and go to the executive mansion and demand audience with the president. And you don't have to be rude. Because here's the thing, when you have a meeting with anybody and you're rude, it goes over their head, you shut them off because they become defensive and your point will not get across. Be respectful. He's our president. He's the only president. One president at a time. And if you love Liberia, you will accept that he's one president at a time. You can't yell at him. You can't be rude to him. You can't insult him. You must respect him. But you have to do it also with responsibility. So if something is bothering you as a citizen, you have to approach him and ask for an audience. He might say, my schedule is full. Fine. When will your schedule be open? When will your schedule, and make it public. Because you're not talking for yourself. You're not there looking for a job. But I bet you, as soon as the president says, yeah, I want to meet with you, those who are looking for a job now, they'll start pushing each other aside. Instead of going to talk for the community, they start playing back. Before you look, as soon as they form a committee, let's just say committee from Southeast to meet President Weir. As soon as they found it, You'll find there another group, a community from southeast to meet President. We are, I didn't usually call them, they call them second, or what's the name? What's the name when they leave from one community to another one? Something they call them second or something like that, you know. But that's exactly what they're going to do. It's going to start fighting among themselves. And then when they do that, you're weakening your position. And there will be people that want to show off so the president can notice them. And they will do everything possible. From the beginning, you would think that they were you. But once the stage is set for you to meet with the president, they will start doing, as soon as you go meet with the president, they'll start saying different things. So the president will say they're on your side. So you got to be careful who you're going to get among you. Don't get people who are in the street cussing this and that. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not the kind of, don't get people who are advocates unless their advocacy becomes responsible advocates. I'm not talking about people who go out cussing this and that. That's not what I'm talking about. The president will not want you, or I will advise the president not to meet with anybody who cussing. For what reason? You go and talk about the issues. Okay? Let me go ahead and open it. Let me open the line. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. And give me a call. Sunday afternoon, let's have fun. But all that I'm saying here, it should be clear to all of us. We should be able to understand what exactly we need to do. Because this is just, it's not acceptable. You can't continue to do this thing to 916-533-2048. Okay, here it goes. So we can't have these kinds of things and expect us to be a decent people. I got up since 3 o'clock this morning to try to put the show like this here together. It takes some time. So I'm very serious about it. I'm very serious about it. Okay? So I also want to thank Mr. So, Mr. Francis Yonso, who was able to, he's the CEO of LPR, who was able to provide some of these some of these pictures as well. So, Mr. So, thank you very much. But you see how I'm talking like they are drinking water. That water are drinking. You CEO, you sit down there and you letting me drinking water. Why you can't put small king you in 18 years there? Why you can't put king you and some root in 18 years for me? They are drinking water here. What kind of business they? You CEO, they are drinking water. Why you can't put king you and some root in 18 years? Yeah, man. You're here with BB Sharp business with I see you. Why you can't put small king you send some king you for me? Okay, folks, give me a call, Samson to LeBron Public Radio, and let me hear your side. Please be respectful. No insult. No insult. You have the ability to express yourself freely. You have the ability to speak well. You have the ability to use the English language without any kinds of vulgar words that being mixed up. Take your time, explain yourself. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. I hope Mr. Eamon Joyce is listening because he and I are going to be on here again alone this evening, and we're going to be doing some more stuff. Mr. George, if you have the opportunity as well, give me a call. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Mr. George, if you're there, give me a call. Samson to LeBron Paul Radio. Give me a call. Give me a call. Mr.
Sɛbɛrɛ
George,
ko
if you're
duguna
there.
zɔ ye jumɛn amu ko duguna zɔ mɔra yi do bɛn azɔ ko duguna zɔ ye jumɛn. Divi. Nana ma waziba yi seria posiburo seri gawe mo waziba re Nana ma waziba yi to papa te ye jedi mo waziba re Ado mo waziba yi Sakire oyo tape se ya mo waziba re Badira, Yarimo Wazibare. Nana Wazibare. Bolua Ipolado, Bakumo Wazibare.
Okay, folks. I think at this point we will go ahead and bring the show to an end, and I want to thank all of you again. Because I know people are getting ready, church service and things like that. But we ourselves going to, let me take this caller here. Samson to LeBron Paul Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
My name is Mr. Tor, and I'm calling from Oregon this morning.
Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. What's on your mind, sir?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank you very much for your information that you put forth.
You got to lower your monitor too, you know.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really admired all that you expressed this morning. First of all, I want to make it clear that I'm a civilian. And I know in Liberia we have a way of putting everything on the government, but it should start with us. You were talking about Southeastern, specifically Grandview County. You see, the problem that we have is that we know people who are incapable of doing things, people who we know do not have the ability to deliver. But these are the same people that we will run behind and support. Okay? I'm going to start with your very station. This going election 2000, was it 2020?
Yes.
Yeah. You had people that were running. Okay? I was so surprised that I did not hear your radio station. You knew very well there were people who were running that were incapable of delivering for Grandview County. All right? But you guys sat there. I don't know for you specifically, but I mean, I know the brother in Rhode Island because I lived there before.
But
the media is there to educate.
What were we supposed to do, you think?
Okay, thank you. You gave people the platform, everybody, and also you live in the United States here. You know the power of the media. The media can sway voters, a direction. Okay? But you guys knew very well that you have somebody who was a representative in the name of Zoten who did nothing whatsoever, absolutely nothing for the county. And he was running for senator. Okay? What did you tell the Grandviewans about that? Did you come up with any, views that will help? Even, I mean, indirectly, that will help to point the voters in the right direction? No. No. You guys were mute. Go backward again to I think it was 2011 or so election of Honorable Marshall Dennis. The old man was old. He came to the United States to run campaign. I can remember quite well. In Worcester, Grand Juliet County had their convention there. Timon Collins was the president, the national president at the time. The program was planned for, to give candidates the opportunity to give their platform, to read their platform, or say one or two things. Mr. Alfonso So deliberately removed one of the candidates because he's from Bison, and Omen Dennis from Bison. You see? At the end of the day,
No, but let me hold you. Let me hold you there a little bit.
Omen Dennis was elected, and what do we have now?
Let me hold you. Let me hold you a little bit on that. Can I push back on this here? When you said Mr. So deliberately removed candidate, which one of the candidates did he deliberately remove from what? From the program?
He did not give him the opportunity. He took his name out. His name was on the list to speak.
Who was that?
Cooper.
Okay.
Yeah, his name was on the list to speak. But Mr. Dennis was given the opportunity to speak, and the other person was not, given the opportunity. But eventually,
but do you think, do you think Mr. So as a MC, does he have that power to remove people from the list? Let me finish.
He does not. But these are the kind of things that happen.
But let me finish now. Do you think he has that kind of power to remove from the list who name has been placed on the list to speak by Grand Juliet Association?
No, absolutely not. But let me say this.
And and if he didn't, like I said, I'm going to push back on this a little bit. Not only Mr. So because he's my brother, but I'm being very. He's not here to speak for himself either.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to ask some questions. He might say, "Why did you say this?" But that's not the point. The question I'm asking then, if Mr. Cooper's name was placed on the list by Grand Juliet Association organization, and Mr. So he was removed, as you said, by Mr. So. Was there any complaint from the administration after that you heard of?
There was actually right there at the convention ground. I think I lost you, Mr. So.
No, I can hear you.
Okay. Right, actually, at the convention ground. It was brought to the attention of, the hierarchy of the administration, and right there, Mr. Cooper was given the opportunity to speak. You understand me? Okay. But what I'm trying to point to is just because.
So Mr. Cooper was given the opportunity to speak.
Yeah. After the intervention of executive of the organization.
Okay, so the program sheet has Mr. Cooper's name on it. That's what you're saying.
Mr. Cooper's name was there as a guest to speak, as well as Mr. Dennis.
Okay, go ahead.
So, what I'm pointing to is just because you support somebody or you are in favor of somebody does not mean you should downplay the other person. Give everybody equal opportunity. You understand? And this going election 2020 in Grand Juliet County, I did not hear you guys talking anything. And you know very well that Zoe Penu is not someone to represent Grand Juliet County on a senatorial level because he failed as a representative. Did you guys talk anything like that on your radio station to the Grand Juliet people?
Well, here is the issue. Here is the issue here. Perhaps maybe you didn't get. I have a skin in the game, so to speak. because I was backing Mr. Nyanu. So I thought within myself, and I think the platform agreed, that for us to come out, me being one of the contributors here and also a host here, and to have a show and try to point out to Grangidians about some of the issues that you are attributing to Mr. Zopeno. I thought it was going to be unfair and it's unethical, to be honest with you. And perhaps the LPR, it was just not something that we thought we would do. But here is the thing you also need to know. LPR, during the election, hosted a couple of people from Grand Jide, and they were giving opportunity to say exactly what you're saying on LPR. They were saying that Zopeno did not have the residue to be able to be in and do X, Y, and Z. But anyhow, can you hold on 1 minute? Mr. So is calling, so that at least he can have the opportunity to speak.
Sure.
Okay.
Before he comes on, you just said something, and I want to answer to that, please. I want to answer to that.
Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. I'll bring Mr. So on.
You said that it would be unfair if your station.
No. I said me, not my station.
You. Okay.
Yes.
You. It would be unfair if you went ahead and said X, Y, and Z about Zopeno. You are a Grenadian citizen, right? You are Grenadian, and as a journalist, even though you are a Grenadian, you have a radio station, and I believe you play some journalistic role, right? So your duty is to inquire from your representative what has he done or what has she done, during his or her term.
But here's the thing. When you're speaking on to that, we invited on several occasions. Mr. Honorable Peno was invited, except he didn't. He never responded to our call. So it's not like Mr. Peno was never invited. That wasn't the case. He just didn't come in. He didn't want to come in. There was no response whatsoever. So it's not like we yeah. So let me. So thank you, but let Mr. So. Let me see where Mr. So. Are you there?
Yeah, Samson, good afternoon from my end.
Okay, yeah, we have the gentleman from, I think, what did you say you were calling from, Oregon, sir?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we have the
Okay,
go ahead, Mr. So. I know you heard somebody comment from this gentleman. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me just temporarily suspend my leave of absence here because when it comes to Liberia, it's very dearest to us. For us here at LPR, we might all have our different views and opinions on national and critical issues. We don't sanction people for their voices or their views. I don't know the brother that is speaking, but what he's putting out there is totally over the top. It is misleading. It is inaccurate, and it is a mere innuendos he's putting out. It's good to get the right information. Look, on LPR here, we don't joke. We discuss real issues. Who am I to remove a program that was approved by the administration? And I'm just serving as a facilitator. What I do have a principle that I follow, and it is very consistent. You know that, Samson. So if a program is drawn out and presented to me as a facilitator and somebody on the other side and just want to raise their hand to be injected into the program, then of course it is not in my purview to do that. They have to go through the administration. It was an inaugural program. All of these officials were extended an invitation. In a civilized society, they extend you an invitation. There are two options. You either accept and you reject, and you must be able to respond within the time frame. So if the administration gets back to say, okay, this is a master program and you are here to facilitate, Samson Toe is there to give the invocation. Then I should bring Thomas from Liberia to give the invocation because he's my brother? Absolutely not. That's not who I am. So, and he's saying, what did the media it's like he's not been following to what LPR has been doing. We are not a right-wing media. We are not like a Sean Hannity type. The Henry Costa and whoever, the other group. We don't call names. We make the information proportional. We invite everybody, all players that are involved, to have a conversation. And Cyrus Cooper can tell me he was excluded out of the process. Look, let me just tell you this. On the 6th of July, when it came to the 2020 election, on the 6th of July, I personally reached out to Honorable Cooper. Hey, this is Mr. Soul. Extend you an invitation to have a conversation on LPR. He did not get back to me. It started on the 5th. He did not get back. On the 6th, I sent another information. July 10th, I sent another information to remind. In fact, I think someone I just forgotten this guy who was a campaign. And later on, he called. He said, "Oh, okay, that's a good idea. We'll let you know. We'll let you know today." He will let me know. What we do, we inform, we educate, we create the conversation, and it is within the determinations of the citizenry for them to decide who to be their best candidate. That's the essence of having. Hold on 1 second. That's the essence of having this information. In as much individually I do not agree with Zoe Penno or other people's idea, I can sanction their view. Let me bring them, and you, the voters or the electors, will be able to say, this is right. If you say, well, maybe you call the other people, you did not call this person, then of course that's an argument. But if you've done also counsel all voters, don't know any good media network does that to say don't go for the people. No, then that's not a media. We're not running a propaganda. We're not sending out subliminal messages to people. We bring all that are involved and we have the conversation.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. So.
Mr. So, can I please?
Yeah. But let me say goodbye to Mr. So. Thank you very much. We'll take leave of you now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just want to say, and that's the fact. I have the communication sent to Cyrus Cooper. He never responded. I got a phone number. I called him. He did not show on LPR. So whatever he did is just exclusively up to them. But we are not the one to determine. Don't go for it. We're not running a right media group.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. So, I would like to. Respond.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. I know you guys keep touching the fact that you are a media house and you base your stuff on facts. And if anything happens in the office of your representative or your senator, it is your responsibility as a truth teller to tell the citizens what have happened during a particular time of a sitting senator. I'm not saying you should bash Senator Representative Zoe Penno at the time, but you are going by record. What was done during his tenure? Okay, you let the people know.
But let me push back. Let me push back on that. I, Samson Toe, on many occasions, I have a scheduled program in Zwedru where those things were brought up in Zwedru as a surrogate of Mr. Nyanu. I brought those things on the radio in Zwedru. I will go and do research of his voting records, and those things were enumerated on a radio station in Zwedru on many occasions. So it's not like we were just sitting down and not telling people, except that was not done at LPR, because I don't think LPR it should be in the business of trying to run somebody's campaign. And since I was a surrogate of Mr. Nyanu, I consider myself a surrogate of Mr. Nyanu, I decided not to use LPR platform. It's better to use the platform of other radio stations, and I pay for the airtime, by the way. I pay for the airtime. Anytime that I'm appearing on radio station in Liberia, I pay for the airtime. And it's not small money, a lot of money. But we didn't mind doing that because we want our brothers and sisters to have the information. So we did all of that. But anyway, I thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. I mean, don't stay silent. Come and let us know what it is we're doing. If we don't agree with you, we'll let you know. And if you don't agree with us, you let us know. But let us do it within a confine of respect and responsibility.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And to I know the brother told left, but I want to make it clear that he did do exactly what I stated, because I was there. I'm speaking as one who was there. And at the end of the day, we got Senator Marshall Dennis, and you know the story. Now you got Burkina Faso in Grand County all over the place and whatever it is.
They're in total.
Talking about the road. They are in total. And nothing is being done. The county is being overrun by foreigners and nothing is being done. So you have people who were elected to do their jobs and they are not doing it. And people are sitting down there watching and blaming the president for everything. The president cannot do everything. That's why you have elected officials. And that's the reason why we Grenadians need to think twice before we put people there. You got another one who, in Bison there, lying about his credentials, which is a disgrace to the county, to the people of Grenadier County, and it's a disgrace for Liberia as a whole because you have a certain representative doing those kind of things. So we really need to sit down, and the diaspora Grenadian citizens need to play a major role. Everybody fold their hands, okay? We should be influential in decisions that are taking place in our county, in Liberia as a whole. Yes, they may not give you the full support or the welcome to say what you have to say, but I mean, you have to do your best to say what you have to say. Talk to the people. You understand?
Can you hear me?
I just you went off.
That's right. That's right. My stuff got kicked out. But thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And I again thank you very much for your input on the construction. The road issue. I really appreciate that. I look forward to working with you as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, folks, Samson told Liberian Public Radio will come and bring the program to an end now and say thank you very much. We appreciate it. And Mr. Josh and I will be back here later on this evening, and we're going to have another one. In the meantime, I want to say thank you, and you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.